Hey folks, this is GreenyXI welcoming you right back to Let's Play Higurashi. This is episode 202. In the last episode, we finished off... God, let's get the name of it. No, it'll be a new game now, won't it? We finished off the second arc that was all about the Magatomas of, you know, the love story, the Higurashi. That's the one we did last. And oh my god, was it trash. I would wish I could reset my mind a little bit after that one, but we'll... is done, is out there. So, what we're going to be doing today then is heading on over to Batsukoishi, the most awful daydream. Within these pages is a bible of blazing passion for today's modern apathetic youths. Even though it was meant as an after-party for Miyakashi Hen, it completely ruins the impact of that chapter. Deemed too dangerous for consumption, this legendary scenario is sealed away. Continue only if you can vow that you are truly degenerate. Oh, Christ. This is giving me bad vibes already. And I think I know what it is. There was an anime episode on it. Oh, okay, let's get... Oh, he laughed and everything. I did that on the last one. Okay, let's see what we're in for. And it's decided. Keiichi Maibara is in last place today. Oh, not again. I lost again. That was how it came to be that Keiichi Maibara once again played an embarrassing punishment game. For the sake of his honour, we'll keep exactly how embarrassing it would be a secret for now. No, no, please. Forgive me. I can't get married anymore. What? I really like the look of Keiichi's house. Why can't I win? I've been losing constantly lately. I'm a punishment game regular at this point. Is that it? Am I just everyone's dress-up doll now? Keiichi was just experiencing firsthand what it meant to cry into one's pillow. Ah, God, Buddha, if you're out there, please, grant my prayers. I don't want to have to lose these club games forever. Please grant me the power to never lose again. Just then, with a bang, a ceiling tile flew off and 3 figures swooped down from it. Oh, don't be so distant, Keiichi. Kai? God, Buddha, the Holy Mother. You pray to many when you have other, more reliable allies who could be asking first. They just come out of the ceiling, is that what I just said? Tomi, Cloud, and Irie. Cloud? On the scene. Who's Cloud? What do you 3 want at this hour? I'm not going to ask why you showed up from inside the ceiling for now. Yeah, leave that. Isn't it obvious? We're siblings in spirit, soul brothers. That's right, Kay. Your worries are our worries. You were crying just now, weren't you? About how you can't win at club games lately? We shall grant your wishes brilliantly. We'll make you win. We'll give you the strength to win. And everyone, thank you. Squeeze. The 4 men engaged in a tight group hug. It was a touching scene of ardent friendship. Yeah, touching. I want to win, but I just can't. I wonder why. It's because you're shit. Okay, why do you want to win? Do you want to win because you don't want to lose? Yeah. The punishment games have been escalating in embarrassment lately. I just want to avoid being last place somehow. That passive stance is the problem. If you avoid last place, you won't have to play the punishment games, you say? That lack of fighting spirit's the very reason you can't win. Stop. You're right. Right now, I'm not after first place. I figured it's enough just to avoid the punishment games. I see you've realised it. At some point, your fear of the punishment games stripped you of your fangs of greed. When you regain those fangs, Kay, your true power will bloom once more. You really are my seniors in life. You're right. But how am I supposed to get my fangs back? You lost your fangs because you were scared of the punishment games. But if you think about it, you can also use that to get them back. Huh? Cloud, what's that mean? I'm talking about the punishment games. Yeah. Take Mion-chan for example. She's the one who always dresses you in shameful outfits, isn't she? What if you dressed her up in those embarrassing outfits instead? Embarrassing things Mion made me wear? Yeah, I remember. when she made me wear the school swimsuit. I'll remember that humiliation for my entire life. Yes, take revenge on her for that humiliation. Put Mion-san in a school swimsuit. Whoa, no, just making her wear it isn't enough. What about making her go to class for an entire day with it on? What? That is bad. I thought punishment games were things you only had to endure for a few minutes. By extending it to an entire day, what a wicked punishment game it would become. They love it. In Irie's delusions, he made Mion wear a school swimsuit and forced her to spend an entire day walking around in it. Wouldn't the impossible mismatch of wearing a school swimsuit with socks and shoes be delightful? And while she wore it in class, wouldn't her face be bright red? Oh, that's good. That's very good. It would be so embarrassing she'd spurt fire from her face. But the rules of her own club were the one thing she couldn't break, so she'd have to endure the humiliation all through class. Normally I could always feel her joy at winning everything in her supremely confident expression. What do you think, Kay? Won't a punishment game like that make you want to win? It does. It really does. You're amazing. But this is only the start, Kay. Now that you've realised the significance of beating Mion-chan, you can realise it for the other club members too. Yeah! After Mion would have to be Rena. School swimsuits are nice, everyone, but I would definitely want to put her in maid clothes. That's good, very good. I think maid clothes would suit Rena-chan. Now hold on, simply making her wear clothes doesn't amount to a punishment game. I think she'd like that though. Why, Cloud? You think we should make her wear it in class too? Cloud waggled his finger and tusked, grinning. For this, you see, you should have her help you eat a refreshing bowl of yogurt. I mean, what? Cloud, how's that a punishment game? In Cloud's fantasy, Kay was making Maid Rena hold a short spoon in her mouth backwards. And then she awkwardly scooped up some yogurt with it and brought it, trembling, towards the winner's mouth. She wasn't using her hands, so the yogurt dripped down to make the spots around her chest and mouth dirty, and that by itself was an incredible image. And as she brought the spoon in her mouth towards his face, close enough for him to feel her very breath. When she put the yogurt in his mouth, their lips would meet over the spoon. Wow! You know, that's a game they play at the shops with girls in them. Maybe that was a little too stimulating for a minor like you, Maibara-san. I don't know what shops he goes to. Maid cappies. Cloud, I never knew of any shops with that kind of game. You can leave all the naughty shops to me. I think we will. Yeah, Cloud's the best. Why are they calling him Cloud? Great, then what should we do to Satoko and Rika-chan? That pair has done some terrible things to me before. For this, we'll want to use Angel Mort uniforms. They keep making you wear them, so I bet you want to return the favour once in a while. Just making them wear it won't be fun, of course. And so, I have a good idea. Here it is. Have them stand in for cleaning duty, like wiping down the windows and such. Tommy, that's an interesting idea. It's missing an important moe factor. Why wiping the windows anyway? In Tommy's fantasy, Satoko and Rika were forced to change into S-size Angel Mort uniforms. Satoko hadn't thought she'd end up wearing something like that, and she'd glare at Kay with a bright red face, struggling to hide her embarrassment. Then when they would carry a desk to the window and climb up on top, and this is the important part, we get them to wipe the windows with their butts. I've got to ask, who enjoys this sort of stuff? I can't. Bright red mist spurts from the noses of Kay, Cloud and Iri. In the fantasy, the two of them had never even considered being made to do this in those uniforms, and even Rika-chan had to gaze downcast in embarrassment. And then the both of them would use their butts to wipe in circles. According to Tommy, the windows part was important. In other words, you could see them from everywhere outside the windows. As expected of a photographer, his obsessions were something else. How's that? How'd you like the punishment game I thought of? Tommy, the greatest! Wow! Oh, and now I think of it, I owe quite a bit to that Shion too. Very good, very good. Let's think of a revenge punishment game for her that will heal Kay's bitterness. Well, sounds like your siblings have real nice figures. They make me want to work hard. Right. I'd lean towards taking off clothes rather than putting them on. One option is to have her remove one article at a time, just like Ryugu-san made you do once. Everyone, I've just had a spark of inspiration. Please hear out this idea of Kay's. First we have Shion put on a school swimsuit. You made Mion-chan wear one too. There's nothing amazing about that though. Tommy, don't rush the answer. And then on top of that, we have her put on a full gym uniform. Then we make her strip. We'll have her only take the gym shorts off halfway though. My mind cannot comprehend such a collaboration. I'm sure it can't. In Kay's fantasy, Shion, decked out in a gym uniform, was on her knees, face bright red. And unable to disobey the winner's commands, trembling, she took her gym shorts halfway off. The school swimsuit's bottom peeked out from the half-removed shorts. Normally, girls weren't embarrassed about the exposure from a school swimsuit, but by having her take the gym clothes off to reveal it, the swimsuit gains an impossible moe factor. What an incredible combination, Kay. An impossible, absolutely impossible pairing of clothes, but you drew out the strong points of each, giving us Shion's ultimate form. Amazing, Kaiichi. Wow. Everyone, I know she's not a club member, but since we're thinking about punishment games, let's think up one for Takano-san. You're right, her sensual figure is perfect for punishment games. But Takano-san seems cool and collected. She'd be able to withstand a regular one. Which just means this, Kay. We'll just have to come up with an even more amazing punishment game. Cool. This is really getting me fired up. Ah crap, what kind of punishment game should we take to Takano-san? I got it. I think her voluptuous figure would, to say the least, fit well in the bunny suit. Shops with bunnies. Oh yes. The kind where they hold the light during their cleavage. We can't leave that out. But Cloud, his club is a school event, so wouldn't cigarette-related tools be a bit risky? Tommy, that's it. We could just have her put something from the school in there. You know how they have recorders, right? Ah, recorders, yes, I see. We'll put that in Takano-san's rule-violating chest, her cleavage, in the middle of it. Recorders are long, they're definitely long enough. So then, she holds it in her breast and wraps her tongue around it like this. Whoa, you're saying you'll make Takano-san do that? I actually have a recorder. Maybe I'll secretly test it out? Don't get ahead of the pack, Tommy. Aren't we soul brothers? Now that I think of it, our old man has a shakuhachi, so maybe I'll bring that. I played flute for a long time. Would that be okay? It's more than okay. Oh, we mustn't forget. There's Chie-sensei. As an instructor who teaches discipline, she'd never be able to go against the rules of a punishment game. Chie-sensei? A teacher playing a punishment game? I'd never even thought of that. Foo. Chie-sensei is your teacher, Kay, which let her through your woman filter. But Chie-sensei is wonderful. There are no gaps in her symmetrical body. If Takano-san is a demonic allure, then Chie-sensei's charm is pure and angelic. Imagining the body hidden under that summer dress is the final paradise of intellectual imagination allowed to us middle-aged men. When you talk about her like that, I feel like I'm going to be too embarrassed to look her in the face tomorrow. What's wrong, Kay? How pathetic. Weren't you the one who just devised such a shameful punishment game for Shion-chan? Not seeing someone as a woman merely because she's your teacher. It looks like you need to study up a bit more. Chie-sensei, her butt sure is attractive. Gulp. Yes, that tightness, it is good. If you have quite an eye for these things yourself. Oh, it really does. As expected of the school doctor. Oh god. The first important thing is to destroy your sanctuary of teacherhood. So how about this? We put Chie-sensei at a podium in front of all the students and demand to see her butt. Wait, Tommy, that's the kind of situation you'd seen in France publishing house's female teacher series. Is it France? I guess. I apologise, not demand to see her, but to see her do something with it. Remember back when you were a kid, drawing letters with your butt for punishment games? I see. We'd make her do that in front of the whole school, even though she's a teacher. Humiliation play. Tommy, our interests are aligning more and more by the day. Tommy, Ivy, don't you think there'd be a little something missing with only that? Okay. Then what sort of other option would you propose we had? We have Chie-sensei hold that embarrassing pose for 30 minutes and have her be a model for a giant school sketching competition. A giant school sketching competition? That's amazing, Kay. No cameras, right? It has to be sketching, right? Fine arts go so well with the autumn season that it's driving me crazy. Yes, Chie-sensei's butt is definitely the part to go with. Do you see it, everyone? It's a punishment game. It's only a punishment if we go that far. Kai, yeah! Okay. Thank you, everyone. I finally want to win now. You made me remember how sweet victory can taste. This is as far as we can help you. Okay, all that's left is for you to seize victory. Yes, but you won't be seizing it alone. We will be, with the power of our fantasies. At that moment, Keiichi felt his power rising high enough to reach the heavens. Overwhelming power, enough to walk out in the rain and dodge raindrops, or walk on the sea and have it part ways for him. Okay, where's the story going with this? It's not. I don't think it's the arc I was thinking of, you know. I mean, it might end up being, but... Thus, on the next day, Kei, wielding his powers fit to give him the nickname the Dark King, realised one fantasy punishment game after another. None of the club members had any way to match his overwhelming strength. All of Mion's plans failed. And even Rena's cute mode couldn't come close. Sato's traps were no more than sparrow snares set for an elephant. And the only thing Rika could do was pat the heads of her defeated friends. The club members could no longer break out of the situation. Mion, realising this, asked Chie-sensei for help. But Kei filled to the rim with his fantasy power, beat her with no more effort than twisting a baby's hand. Twisting? But this punishment game is just too much. My Barakun, can't you make it something else? Chie-sensei? Your job's to teach us to obey the rules, and now you want to bend them? All you have to do is stick your butt out and draw figure eights with it. During drawing class tomorrow. You just have to be a model for our sketches. But that's so embarrassing. You're being too cruel, my Barakun. Compared to the club members who were prepared to some extent for the punishment games, Chie-sensei seemed to be quite resistant to them. But even as she stubbornly refused, she couldn't go against the ultimate rule of this club's world, the absolute right of the victor to make any command, and her mind gradually gave in. Clatter. Just then the principal threw open the classroom door. Everyone believed that the school's most powerful joker had come to the rescue. But from his mouth came the most unexpectedly strict words. If both parties are in agreement, then that's that. As a teacher, Chie-sensei, you must obey the rules and play the punishment game. Yes, yes. Principal, I knew you'd understand. Oh no. I thought for sure the principal would overcome this situation with his fists of steel. Even upon seeing this amazing sight of all the club members dressed in their grand punishment game outfits, the principal remained calm and collected, as expected of him. Now then, Ryugu-kun, what kind of punishment game will this be? What was it again? Rena turned to Satoko and Rika, all of them tilting their heads in wonder. It was sticking out her butt and what? No, that wasn't it, Rena-san. He was saying something about doing sketches. In other words, Keiichi is extorting Chie's butt. The last sound Keiichi heard was the sound effect of the principal using his level 3 special. Let this be a lesson to you. Enjoy your fantasies on your own time. Don't push them onto other people. Oh, I'm sorry, Sensei. I'll be more careful from now on. After that, it's said, Keiichi upheld that lesson and kept his fantasies to himself to enjoy. Yeah. My Barakun, please don't laugh in such a creepy way during class. He's loving it. And please don't look at your teacher with those eyes. Today was another day of pure bliss for Kay. Ah, that was nice. Jesus fuck. Is that the end of it? Or was it a midway point? Oh, we're still going. Okay. Did you all enjoy the bonus story? No, no. It was kind of a lewd one. It was at that. Wonder if this was alright. Yes, no wonder they didn't put it at the end of that other arc. It's way out there. Still, I get the feeling Kai-chan got to see all the good stuff in this one. Yeah. It ended terribly for me as always, but I certainly liked it. Punishment games are the best. Ego is way for a change. I wish you would put yourself in our shoes, abused by a man's unhealthy desires. Even if it was all in his imagination, I think there were a little too many lewd punishment games. Too many. Too many? I'm pretty sure all of them were lewd. Half strip in a gym uniform with a school swimsuit underneath is simply too suggestive. Sadko and I were both played with like toys. Ah, she's smiling though. Wiping a window with our butts. Disgraceful. It would never happen. I with my mouth, spoon, yogurt. How? She enjoyed it. Crap. You're lucky your punishment games were short. I would have had to wear a swimsuit all day. This was clearly unfair to me. Come on everyone. Don't blame me. I was just following the script. Still, I'd love to see the situation again in the main story sometime. But the main story, I think, is all done. Keiichi-kun does go through a lot of trouble in the main story. Maybe a fancy event like this is okay once in a while. He can only feel good in his fantasies. So sad, so very sad. Even his fantasies were a huge bother to us. I'm getting really angry now. That means we need to use our fantasies to take revenge for his. Ugh. Makes sense to me. I don't care what you do in your thoughts. Give me whatever punishment game you want inside your own minds. It won't hurt or itch even a little. Shion-san, it simply doesn't feel entertaining enough to get revenge in only of our fantasies. Sadko, no, that's not it. Let this be a strategy meeting to figure out what will make Kai-chan do next time he loses. But he always loses, and he's always had a load of shit done to him, so... I get it. You're saying we should do the same thing Keiichi-kun and the others did in this story. In that case, that does sound entertaining. If we think of a fabulous game, it'll be even more fun to beat Keiichi-san. That's right. Our fancies will be our fuel for tomorrow. For now, let's give it a try. Go for it, yay! What he made me do was spend the whole day in a school swimsuit. What would be good in exchange? They do say an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Then should we have Keiichi-kun spend the day in a school swimsuit too? The whole day? Oh, I can just picture Keiichi-san's misery. Spend the day all red, half sitting looking down, trying desperately to hide how his lower region's pole is standing. That wouldn't be so bad. Keiichi-kun all red and flustered, together all day with him in a school swimsuit. His fertility's so cute. How? I'll take it home with me. I think I would still rather see him wear a maid outfit. He's done that before, hasn't he? No, come on, Rika-chan. A school swimsuit is more cruel. It wouldn't hide his body lines. His lordly boyish circumstances would be on full display. Lordly circumstances shaking and swaying. Pfah! How? I agree with Mion-san's opinion. Maid outfits are a little cliche, aren't they? We'll make him wear maid clothes then play in a game for our coach. Hinamizawa Fighters game? That good. Rika-chan, you're good. Can't tell whether it's more gross or more cruel. Making him play a game for coach in a maid outfit would be like tying a goat up by the legs and leaving it out to shark food. I'm kind of interested in how coach would react. Okay, let's do a simulation. Fancy mode, switch on. Oh god. My bar-san, what on earth are you wearing? Chatter. See? It was a punishment game for club, and I'm sorry, I promise I'm not trying to make fun of this baseball game. Chatter. Clearly it's not serious in that outfit. It's an insult to baseball. No, I promise I wasn't. We're not feeling it today, Hinamazawa fighters. Let's just call today's game a draw. As Kaiichi cowered, coach, with a resolute expression, cut between him and the others. Everyone please quiet down. No way is it written in the baseball sportsmanship mentality that you're not allowed to play baseball unless you wear a uniform. It said that back when Japanese baseball had just gotten past the war, they didn't have matching clothes, and some players wore their military uniforms. What matters is your mentality. Besides, they say you can trace baseball's roots back to 18th century England, and when you think England, you have to think of maids. Yes, maids. Maid culture along with the Nile, the Indies, and the Euphrates are the four major civilizations that even elementary schools know these days. In a way, this maid clothing from maid culture, born in the same place baseball culture was, is much more in line with tradition than our uniforms, which you call the proper clothing of baseball. Yeah! Coach! 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 It doesn't matter what we wear. Start the game already. Smash! Roar! Swoosh! Roar! Roar! My Bao-san is next in this gambling ring. As you know, the Hinamazawa fighters and the Akinomaya Titans have a long rivalry. If you mess up your chance at bat, you won't be getting off lightly. Oh, I'll do the best I can, but I can't promise I'll hit it. How sad. A maid sworn to absolute obedience by their master should never say such things. If you strike out during your chance at bat, what'll happen? I would need to punish you. The act of coming out in a proper maid outfit and losing is the same as insulting both cultures, baseball and maids, at the same time. And in that case, I would of course punish you in the English way. What's the English way? Asks Kai-chan, trembling. Coach grins like a cold-blooded reptile and strokes Kai-chan's waist as he whispers into his ear. What could the English punishment be? What could it be? How? Kai-chan steps up to the batter's box, grips his bat and notices something. Oh no, the bat's been tampered with. There's no way he can hit it now. Yes, he's fallen into Coach's trap. At this rate, Coach will have his way with Kai-chan's chastity. Wait, hold on, Shion. I stayed quiet and listened this whole time, but now things are getting out of hand. Oh, come on, Kai-chan, don't get in the way. This is all just a fantasy. It doesn't have anything to do with the real you, Kai-chan. That's right. This is simply a few girls getting together to talk about their wildest dreams. Is this not the exact same thing as when you and the boys got together? Yeah, I guess, but even if these are just daydreams, I still can't pretend I didn't hear that. If you want to hear it, you can sit on a chair and listen. Nipa. I want to talk about other punishment games too. Oh yes, weren't you talking about how much you liked bunny girl outfits, Kaiichi-san? And wiping windows with our butts, if I recall. Kai-chan, you came up with some pretty amazing things too, It wasn't me. And you're getting them a little mixed up. And those were Tomataki-san's and Uishi-san's ideas. I mean, I guess I'll admit I got carried away, but... How? Doesn't really matter who thought of it. Kaiichi-kun in a bunny suit would be so cute. Then let's go see it. Fancy mode switch on. Oh god. Damn, this was an embarrassing outfit to begin with. And now wiping the window with my butt. Damn, if I don't hold the chest up, it'll come right open and embarrass me more. I feel so miserable I could cry. Alright, here we go. Snap, snap. Oh, what are these flashes? Super rapid fire photography, hundreds of pictures per second. Tomataki-san? Yeah, please stop. You're taking pictures of me like this? I thought you were a wild bird photographer. When did you switch to bunnies? Kaiichi-kun, don't misunderstand. I really am a wild bird expert. At this very moment too, of course. Explain to me what birds you're taking pictures of right now. What are you zooming in on with that magnifying lens? Have you ever heard of people calling wild boars mountain whales, Kaiichi-kun? Whales obviously don't live in the mountains. But people in the Edo period said there were whales swimming in the mountains, and their meat was highly prized. They say it was actually boar meat. They were forbidden for religious reasons for eating animal meat, but if it was a whale, it was fish meat, meaning technically they were allowed to eat it. Now, don't hide yourself with your hands. Wipe the window with your butt. Wipe it. I think I can see where this is headed, but could you please stop with all that snapping? That's right, bunnies are rabbits, and rabbits too were called relatives of birds in the Edo period. It was the same as the mountain whale. They said that technically rabbit meat was actually bird meat, so they were allowed to eat it. Yes, in other words, bunnies are relatives of birds. That means that even if I found you through my viewfinder, there's no problem at all. Hurry, there's still more to wipe. Even I know rabbit stew was super popular for Edo people, but their culture doesn't have anything to do with you taking embarrassing pictures of me. Besides, aren't chefs the people who should be concerned with rabbit stew? Tomoaki-san, you're a cameraman. You're twisting this too far. I just don't get it, Keiichi-kun. I'm a cameraman, but sometimes I think I'm a chef behind my viewfinder. If I don't roll up my sleeves when enticing mature rabbit meats in front of me, I'd be a disgrace to chefs everywhere. Right now, I've obtained the greatest ingredient, you, and I'm hard at work on the best recipe of my life. Yeah, someone stop this pervert cameraman. Peeping photos are not cool. I'm morally against low-angle photography. Ah, say what you like, but you're heartless. This is way beyond punishment game territory now. Oh, I did say this was a fantasy earlier, didn't I? This isn't doing you any real harm, Kaiju-san. Yes, it is. Those grins you keep looking at me with, those suspicious eyes, it's like they're licking me, and it tickles. Come on, you can't lick people with your eyes. Fantasies are simple thoughts. Freedom of thought's the #1 guaranteed right we have in post-war Japan. But you know, I don't know if just fantasizing about it is enough. I can't wait for the next club session. How? Keiichi-kun go and squeak squeak with his butt. How? I'm taking you home with me. Oh. I'll think of some amazing trap ideas. No matter what, I'll make Keiichi-san do them for these punishment games. Sis, promise to call me for your next club session. We'll value the combined might of the Sonzaki sisters and win a complete and total victory. No day would be more of a nuisance than the one the Sonzaki sisters joined forces. We'll have to get Uishi involved too. What was it? A punishment game where you make Rena eat yogurt? Ah, and it's boring how Satoshi-kun has been missing from all this. Now that we're on the subject, if we get Satoshi-kun and Kai-chan to take turns spoon-feeding each other yogurt. Almost had a nosebleed. Damn it, I remember this. Well, we don't have a choice, Keiichi. We lost. Damn it. I couldn't afford to lose this game. Your rookie mistake midway through really cost us. If not for that, we could have recovered. Sorry. No, you're not the only one to blame, Satoshi. I'm responsible too for not realizing my mistake. I said too much. I apologize. Today we may have lost. But with the two of us together, we can win next time. Yeah, you're right. We'll just have to admit defeat today and do our best next time. Then let's get this punishment game over with. I'll start. I just have to put the spoon in my mouth, scoop up yogurt and feed it to you, right? Oh, what's wrong, Keiichi? If you don't eat it soon, my jaw will get tired. No, it's just a little, well, two men having to do this. It's embarrassing. Keiichi, I think the whole point of the punishment is to be embarrassing. So if we do it without getting embarrassed, maybe I'll get a lot more quickly. Well, maybe. Acting embarrassed like that would just amuse them more, right? But still, I don't know. We just have to spoon feed each other once and that's it. Let's get it over with and call it quits. I know that logically, but well, going all out like that, it's embarrassing. To tell you the truth, doing this with you, Keiichi, it embarrasses me too. Huh? Oh, your hand. See? My heart's been pounding since we started. So I want to get it over with quickly. Because if we don't, I'll... Satoshi, do you not want to eat my yogurt? If it were me and your yogurt, Keiichi, I'd want to eat it. Oh my god. Whoa, Satoshi! Ah, and so they took their first step on their road to forbidden love. Grah. Please don't wrap Nini up in your strange punishment games. Grah? Oh. Claps. Wow, Rika-chan, what's that? Chloroform? Me. It was just getting good, so I wanted Satoko to quiet down. Bloody hell. Rika-chan's scary sometimes with how merciless she is. Huh? Wait, where did Kaiji-kun go? Someone other than Renna took him home. No fair, no fair, no fair. Ushi-san, you there? You got a civilian call on the outside line. Why can't I declare Ron? Ah, wait, please. Ushi-san. Whoops, thank you. I'll be back in just a bit. The man sitting across from Uishi was waggling a receiver at him. It's the outside line. From a payphone. Ah, I'm terribly sorry. This is Uishi. Sorry for the wait. Who is this? Is that you, Uishi-san? Hello? Well, if it isn't Maibara-san. Hello, and what can I do for you today? At first I thought this was going to be an ordinary after-party, but ever since it started it's gotten very, very strange. Please calm down, Maibara-san. I'll send a patrol car over to you now. It'll be there in 3 minutes, so do your best to hang on until it gets there. 3 whole minutes? I'm already surrounded. Yeah, please stop, or at least be gentle with me. Hold still already. For a man, you really don't know when to give up. Somebody help. Mom, how? Kaiji-kun is so cute when he's struggling. I'm taking you home with me. Loud noises. You were caught in my trap. The moment you fled to this phone booth. Squeeze. Hello? Are you there? Can you hear me, Maibara-san? Nipa. Click. That was how one unlucky boy found himself swallowed in Hinamazawa's darkness once more. Right. Oh, just reading some of that out. I'm putting this online. I am putting this out there. Tale of the Punishments, yeah. Oh my god, that was... Oh. I don't even know what to say. But, I think we'll keep going for a little bit longer today and get it all wrapped up. Get the series wrapped up. In the extras by here, I noticed last episode that there was a cast review. I'm not sure how long this is going to be. Excellent work on Higurashi when they cry right. Ba-boom puff. Ever since Kai started, we've had a series of massive stories. Little scenarios like this one are fine once in a while too. I agree. But wait, even a little knowledge can be dangerous, right? Wasn't the first chapter, Higurashi, pretty heavy on the thematic side? It was. Haven't we often given up on certain sacrifices and blamed it all on the dice of fate? Not being able to blame it on anyone seems a very painful choice. I didn't really understand it, but I had no idea such a mean story would follow right after the grand finale in Matsuribayashi. I went through a lot of bad things in that story. Meep. I was happy I got to make so many appearances. Oh. Really? But if I put myself in the main character's shoes, it would really stink. If it were me, I think I'd have been worrying so much the time limit to go back to our original world would have run out. Why worry? That world was in a nightmare, right? Didn't Hanyu say that world was a dream at the end? You just have to do your best to wake up from it. But it wasn't a dream. No, sis. I thought that after she chose her original world, it would have been too much for her to think about the world she didn't choose, which is why Hanyu told her it was a dream. Yeah. I think it was so she could sever any lingering attachments to it. In the story I said a few things about having regrets for the choices you don't pick. I think that either world would have been the real one, depending on what Rika chose. If she'd chosen the other one, maybe her original world would have been the dream. It might have all been a hallucination I saw when Satoko hit me with a ball and knocked me out. The scenario wanted Rika-chan to make a choice, so it made things tough for her. But after all that, maybe a coin flip would have been easier for her to handle. Like I said during the story, I think that would have meant running away from the choice. Whatever choice you make, if you made it yourself, you can be okay with it. But if you didn't make the choice yourself, you'd have a reason to keep complaining forever. Yeah. You have a choice to make before you even make the choice. Whether to choose or not. With some choices, there's just no way to pick one option. That was probably the theme of Higurashi, the distress that can cause. That was really a cruel tale. Made me out to be a cold person and Rika hit me with a chair. That added insult to injury. Give her a good bashing. that doesn't matter. This old man barely had any scenes. But I guess it's okay. I had a huge role during Matsuribayashi to make up for it. I showed up a lot in both of them, so I'm nice and full. Ow. You appeared pretty often in Rai. You didn't first show up until later though, so perhaps it was alright. Come to think of it, Higurashi was all about me. And the story was a tiny bit lovey-dovey. A tiny bit. How? Yeah. Actually, the way your cute mode sends you on a rampage reminded me of how I saw you way back at the beginning of Higurashi. This is just my impression after reading the story, but... Sis, you have to start pulling it together a little more, or she'll outdo you. Renaissance way more aggressive than we thought. Meep. Wait, why is everyone taking pity on me? Huh? Why? Not telling. Anyway, Higurashi was a story based on motifs from the Higurashi Daybreak world, the fighting action game released by Twilight Frontier. Oh. If you're interested after having read Higurashi, please go give that game a try. A fighting game, it wouldn't be for me anyway, if it is out over here. Which tag team will get their hands on the love-creating Magatama of Fugurazu? Aside from me and Rena being on one team, there are plenty of storylines to experience, so give it a look. Shameless plug. Hey Shion-san, come to think of it, Higurashi had different BGM than usual, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Good on you for keeping an ear out, Satoko. You're right, in Higurashi, in order to give it more of a Daybreak feel, we borrowed several pieces actually used in Daybreak, composed by Twilight Frontier's composer, Yutu-san. With different music than usual, and normal escapades felt very different too. Of course, this is a sound novel, so the sound is important. The word sound takes up an entire half of the term sound novel after all. Yeah, music has immeasurable effects and can make scenes much more exciting. Thank you so much to all the composers who contributed to Higurashi. If you can, we would very much like your help again on Yuminiko. Yuminiko, and I think this came out probably before Yuminiko was a thing, right? Oh, I've seen that name crop up on the blog on the Circle's homepage. Yuminiko When They Cry, right? The naming feels like a meme now, but that's really the new game coming out, isn't it? Well, the name is still provisional, but in Ryokishi 07-san's words, it's set in stone tentatively. A lot of Higurashi sounds were used all through Higurashi. So with Yuminiko, does that mean a lot of seagulls will be crying? What sound did seagulls make again? Squawk squawk? It'll apparently take place on an island. And with the words island and ocean in mind, seagulls come up as the natural animal you'd hear making noise in the background. What? They decided the title based on something so minor? Anyway, wouldn't it be more difficult if you didn't even have a temporary title? You have to put together stuff like this beforehand, or you'll be in trouble later. He says it's only a tentative title, and if he comes up with something way cooler, he'll change it. But he didn't. Though I think it's probably already settled. Wonder what that story will be about. It has the same When They Cry in the title after all. Wonder if there'll be more strange crimes with people dying. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And I don't know who's going to be the main character, but they'll have it rough. In any case, if I had to choose a main character from this circle, you might want to give it some serious thought first. He said something about it inheriting the blood of Higurashi when they cry, but still wanting to aim for a different kind of world. I don't really understand what he's talking about. Ryukishi 07-san said he'd start working on the plot for real after making the master copy of Rai. I bet he's gotten all sorts of unpublished writings together already. Look forward to Summer Comiket 2007, Nipa. 2007? Well, this was certainly one high and mighty next episode preview. Judging by how there aren't even any screenshots of it yet, he must have meant it when he said he'd start working on it for real after finishing Rai. Ugh. No. Next year's Summer Comiket is still 8 months away. We'll just have to relax and wait. Please keep checking the Circle's development blog for progress. That does it for our PR announcements. How do you like Higurashi when they cry Rai? Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I mean the first one. This volume was called Rai, meaning gratitude, because we wanted to thank all of those who enjoyed Higurashi and supported us. If you've enjoyed it, then we couldn't possibly be happier. Right when we thought we wouldn't be showing up anymore after Matsuru Bayashi 2, we had a ton of fun appearing again like this. Our Higurashi World antics are still a blast. Yeah, Maybe Higurashi's most interesting facet was having all kinds of stories. Happy ones, angry ones, sad ones, and fun ones. And Higurashi and Higurashi both fit right in. I had a lot of fun appearing in all sorts of different ways. I still haven't shown up enough. Is this the last time we'll be appearing? Oh. Ryukishio-san was thinking he wouldn't write any more Higurashi from now on, but he had a lot of fun writing these stories, so he might have changed his mind a little. He said he'd still like to write a few more things if he has time. Well, there was more anime came out, you know. And that's how it should be. I want him to write a lot more about how amazing I am. Our appearances, or rather Higurashi when they cry, isn't over yet. Yep, there's no such thing as an ending. We're still living, and we'll have all kinds of experiences after this, and have many more capers. Yeah, as long as we're in Hinamazawa, there's no way weird stuff won't happen. That goes for more than just our club activities. There might be more horrific tragedies, too. I'd very much like you to be in those tragedies, sis. But I want to be in a romance with Satoshi-kun. That's right, we still haven't had a story where Nini comes back. You're right. I'd like it if there was a story where I had something real to do. That's right. I want to show up doing a lot more cool things too. What about Jiro Tomotaki's Stormcloud chapter? Wouldn't a story depicting our adult relationship be a little too stimulating for all the good boys and girls? How about we bring them a story about my splendid younger years to set an example for the youngsters? I'd be interested in your days as a kid, Uishi-san. I'd like to see a story about my own Mahjong days. Oh, not Mahjong. Jeez, it's all over the moment you start rambling on about your younger days. I don't care about my days as a greenhorn. I want to be the main character and have a major role. Don't you? You jest. Flashy roles? No thank you. What about you, Chie-sensei? You're young, so I'm sure you'll want a more important role. If someone gave me the chance, maybe I would, but if I was the protagonist, well, I think they'd have to change the title. What about you, Irie-sensei? Would you like to be the one? Who, me? Well, of course, if someone called on me to do it, I'd take on the role. Everyone born into this world wants to be a main character at least once. What about you, Okanagi-san? You are very powerful, so I'm sure you'd want to be in the spotlight. I'm fine with my role as villain. If I had the chance, I'd like to make even more of a mess of things. Me too. I forgot about her. I'm fine being a villain, but I just want to show up again. It's only because we're such great villains that the main characters look so good. I've had enough of being the villain. A good guy role would be nice for next time. I know it was just an act, but bullying little girls doesn't suit me. Right, Sadako? I hope we're good pals in the next story. Oh, being on good terms with you, Tepe-san, would make the story a bit embarrassing for me. Even them getting along in just the after party feels very, very odd. Oh, but everyone here goes to put on a performance together, so it was really fun. I hope we all have the chance to perform again together, Of course we will. If we all wish for it, we're sure to meet again. After all, the main story is already over. And in extra stories, anything goes. I can't wait to see what kind of nonsensical stories will be called in for next time. And maybe Zero's 7th expansion will finally break into adult stories. But if Satoshi-kun really insisted, I might not be able to refuse. Satoshi-kun. I'd like a story that both adults and children can enjoy. That's right. Shion-san should keep her unclean stories with Nini inside her head. Meep. If it's okay to dream, then I would like a very charming little story where I've grown up and have a nice body. Oh, I want a story where everyone respects me more. I'm a god. You should all be worshipping me. Nobody's had enough yet. I feel like we'll have to meet again together in a new story. We're really grateful to everyone for continuing to follow Higurashi when they cry up until today. On behalf of all the characters appearing in Higurashi, we'd like to extend our thanks. The only reason we made it to this point was because of how much you all supported us. Thank you so, so much. We're looking forward to meeting again in some odd and special stories. Are you ready, everyone? 1, 2. That's a really nice portrait. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Let's meet again. Oh, that was so nice. It was a nice ending. I don't know if it has ended. The achievement doesn't come up. There it is. Right party. Enjoyed Higurashi Rise after party. And a staff room. Is there more? There must be. Good work, everyone. I'm Ryukishi07. Oh, it'll be interesting to see what he says now, after it all. Well, we've had nothing but long chapters thus far, so it's nice to have short ones once in a while. Just confess that it was easier to do the work, Nyari. Hello. I'm Yata Sakura, and it looks like I won't be getting a paycheck this time. Oh. Well, leaving that aside. With Higurashi having come to a close for now, 7th expansion is finally speeding headlong towards its next work. Wonder what we should make next. That said, time for an emergency conference on what our next work should be like. Meep? Didn't we decide on Yuminiko when they cry? Hello, I am BT. Nipa? Indeed. I've given it the temporary title of Yuminiko and come up with a direction for the story, but is that really what we need? Ryukishi07 will throw all kinds of ideas, one after another, into a pot in order to make an even more enjoyable work. He'll boil them and stew them together, then leave them overnight, and curry the next day will have to be delicious. That's more like yami nabi than curry, Nyari. And sometimes it tastes better with you don't mix anything weird into it, Nyari. Come on, staying at the defensive will get us nowhere. All interesting stories lead to cooking. Exquisite preparation of harmonious spices is a secret ingredient beyond imaginings. Elevated to the highest heights, they become a wonderful flavour to move the hearts of men. To do that, we'll research interesting stories from past and present, from east and west, and extract their essences. But bringing them all in, we'll write a spectacular story nobody would have imagined. Meep. I feel like this will lead us astray, but I think it's an interesting direction. How naive, Nyari. I know how this will end, Nyari. We'll think of all sorts of ideas, and then other famous titles will fly out of us like, this is just Kahimi, or that's fate, Nyarin. Then what about this? If we keep mixing interesting essences, we'll arrive at a famous title in the end. So instead, we'll do the opposite. Throw those famous titles in themselves and mix them up all alchemy-like. I have no idea what you're talking about, Nyarin. But in short, you want to rip off a bunch of popular works, mix them up, and maybe come out with something new, Nyarin. Curry rice, fruit punch, strawberry shortcake. Children love each of them on their own, but if you mix them all up, nobody would eat it. You sure? You're perfectly certain of that? Why don't we try? Curry with fruit punch is totally fine with me. Wild alchemy results in numerous chemical discoveries. Even if we get nothing out of it, we might learn something from the process. It's our mission as 7th to shamelessly test it all. It's exciting. It's what we were meant for. There's a water fountain next to you, so I'll wash out your mouth with mud. If I ate curry mixed with shortcake, I'd want to wash out my mouth too, Nyarin. But I figured out what you're trying to say, Nyarin. It's good that you understand. With that, we'll go to a recently popular... No, wait, popularity doesn't matter. We'll all say what titles we're into recently, then throw them into the pot and boil them all up. Alright, first must be you, BT-san. Meep. It's very difficult for me to pick one out of them, but I'll go with the safe choice and suggest something made and... don't know. Oh, safe choice? I think not. You got the right point, Nyarin. A heaping helping of sundry heroines is just what this age needs right now. No, that isn't all. It's originality, having a hikikomori protagonist in a modern world where the problem is only whispered about. It's novelty, having a figure itself in the age of Figuremori be the heroine. And yet it still has the gold-paved high road Japanese boys can't help but yearn for, a lover appearing without them doing any work. That's a so-called ESP formula firmly in place. With an essence so perfectly aligned with the times, I can see what that alone would make it a huge hit. Yes, it's suitable for the first ingredient in the melting pot of 7th's next work. This is making no sense to me, other than they're mixing ideas together. The next, Yatazakura-san should take a turn. I have a bad feeling about what he'll say, though. Foo. If on the high road, you can't leave dupe stories out to things, Nyari. I have to suggest Sakigaki. Something Juku Nyarin. I got no chance with any of this. I knew it. The Golden Age constructed by Jump is also the Golden Age of battles. Any of us Japanese boys can attest to the fact that the catharsis of battle is engraved in our very genes. All those strong enemies standing in your way every episode, and you, alongside reliable friends, take down one foe after another. Normally battle stories are weak in that having a single protagonist leads to the battles turning into the same thing every time, but by increasing the number of protagonists they overcame that problem with variation. The composition of that battle serialization that lasted for such a long time through different cards and situations each battle. I see, so you could call a culmination of the fighting genre that Shusha has spent 100 years constructing. The passionate catharsis in its battles spans time and space. Thanks to the golden work called Fate, it has proven its unchanging attractiveness even in the 21st century. However, Zen and Juku already feel like chlorinated cleaner and acidic cleaner. How naive. Naive? Juku's characters might be macho, school-uniformed men, and they might be pungent with sweat. But that's merely the outlook of Jump comics, and only because Hoku no Ken was in its prime at the time, Nyarin. In other words, the essence itself is not in the visuals, but in the catharsis of string of battles and the myriad of combat situations, and that would never be opposed to Zen Nyarin. Yes, the sharp reading is always from you. Yet the Zakura-kun. You're correct. In other words, oh Christ, we must elevate the game that appears in story as well to fighting tournament. In other words, the school's principal must be a neat and a shut-in, and then the Sundra heroines appear uninvited. His action-packed days with those girls is only the opening. Eventually, he'll announce the game out of nowhere. Is that it? That was too much. So go. What? Why would there be a dueling ground there? Now then, is there anyone who would take on Zen's maiden second doll? That's where this should come in for real. No, it's time for this to appear. Out of the way, this opponent's already far beyond your measly tactics. What? Are you? But now we have no chance to appear whatsoever. Oh, you seem confident in your martial arts. Then why not try this out? The ultimate way to duel. The Arisugeimu. What? Yaragasu? That? You know what that is? Seki? That? Or, game. Due to constant conflict, ancient China made it an urgent mission to find everyone skilled in military matters they could. To do that, the emperor at the time used a cruel trial called the Arisugeimu to try and gather every martial artist with unusual talents. Its incredible cruelty was said to only allow 1 in every 100 to live through the trial and serve, but it honoured the warriors who received the right to undergo the trial. And it said that when the messenger of the emperor came to villages to request participation in the Arisugeimu, he was welcomed with open arms. Also, this messenger, according to historical legend, wore a rabbit mask. And in England, Lewis Carroll, having gotten the idea from it, later wrote Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. But most people don't know it's originated from the Arisugeimu, from Minmai Publishing Company, Ginsama and the lactic acid bacteria. Sounds disgusting. If you want to play the violin that much, I'll let you play it for the Enma in hell. I did it. A stunning turnaround victory for Gu. Did you see that, Sugin? Take the hint already and surrender. Cool. What fools. I've only been using my low rank minions, but this is where the game truly becomes hell. And that's what the story's going to be like. Not quite. Meep. I have no idea whether that's a novel idea or a horrendous one. It's novel, but nevertheless I feel like some other circle has already written something like that. Yes, I'm sure another circle has already thought of this. But we're not done yet. We've still only mixed together 2 things. With a 3rd thing added to the pot, we'll have something horrendously novel. Meep. A dryad spirit could probably do it. We'll be looking forward to your help. Last up is Ryukishi-san. What kind of work will you suggest to us, Nyarin? I'm glad you asked. It's the big hit in title Ryukishi 07 will propose. Yes, a super huge title you couldn't possibly remove from the West Hall. The Ultimate King completely dominating Comicette's Western Hall right now. Not only does it have a fandom and a user base, but a creative base spread far and deep. So famous that music circles aren't said to be music circles until they make an arrangement CD of it. The title that has filled the entire top 10 list of music CD sales at Toronto for years with its own genre. Yes. You don't mean... Greatest. Peak of shooting games, the legend among the Doujin world, the 2 series. No idea. Well, you really did pull out the big guns, Nyarin. Meep. But the 2 series is a shooting game. Can't make shooting games in our circle. Oh, drink. Jesus. Of course we can't extract the essence of the shooting game genre, but we can more than easily extract the essence of its captivating world. We have the kind of jump still encouraged in Japanese boys today, Juku. Added to Ryuzen, Maiden, which stormed the anime world by hitting every one of the generation's needs. And now we have the Doujin world's King of Kings, the 2 series. By combining these 3 incredible essences, we are sure to get results. It's now our fate to give birth to the ultimate work that will dominate the 21st century. I understand your logic, Nyarin, but what part of the essence do we suck out? Like BT-san said before, we can't make shooting games in our circle. Meep. Does 2's appeal lie outside of the shooting genre? Would it be the unprecedented feeling of the mysterious world? That's another part people love. Indeed. It's a fantasy world where anything goes. Its unique setting, completely different from an extension of the so-called JRPG style worlds that already exist, certainly stands out. After all, it has shrine maidens, maids, blazers, gothic lolitas, sweet lolitas, and even Japanese lolitas in it. Even when they're all in one place, none of it feels unnatural in that world. Ah, Zen, I beg of you, make one of the next new bosses wear a school swimsuit. And those outfits normally impossible are possible in Gensokyo. In Gensokyo, throwing in another character is no problem at all. Ah, please. Make the next few bosses have a school swimsuit. Meep. I understand that Ryukishi plays it out of his extremely biased taste. Now I know why he still hasn't unlocked the extra stages, not with that wicked heart. To sum up what Ryukishi wants to say, it's like this, right Nyarin? We can have all kinds of outfits that suit our tastes all appear in one game. Yahoo! Yahoo! Meep. I would think there are other things we could learn from too, but for now Ryukishi is referring to that when he talks about what to extract. The gods will bow before us, for when these 3 elements are combined, the new world that results will bend its knee. Now go, triple god combination. Oh, we're having a look at it. So much nonsense, I'm just not that interested. What? Why would there be a dueling ground there? Okay, we're mixing in other stuff now. Now come, I am the one, the only Sugan, the first doll of Maiden. I shall not complain, I don't care how many of you come at me at once. What do we do? Who will go? In that dueling ground we can't use our skills, can we? Interesting. You seem confident in your martial arts, but you cannot prevail over me. If we fought like this, it would only end with a boring conclusion, and that won't awaken the fight within me. Therefore I, Sugan, will give you one handicap. What's she doing? Sugan's drawn a line around her. It's like a sumo ring. I, Sugan, will defeat the likes of you without taking a step out of the circle. If you can force me even a step outside it, I will admit defeat and serve you while wearing a school swimsuit. With that condition, I accept. Why didn't I do the same thing then? What? Who has drawn a line around herself too? I'll fight without leaving the circle as well. If I take a step out, I'll admit defeat and serve you in bloomers and a collar. What? You're quite presumptuous to think you can take on me. You'll regret that soon enough. Take this. Ooh, Zen, Mary Den, ultimate attack. You left the circle. As promised, you'll change into a school uniform or swimsuit right now, right here, and serve all of us here. But it can't be. Ugh. Oh, good. It's really funny how Sugan's voice goes back to normal after she loses Nyari. Fun lactic acid bacteria times with Ginsama in a school swimsuit. Oh, I'm bringing her home with me. Alright, Renna. Should we be leaving our circle's next work to someone like this? I'm very concerned. Looks like we should remove Ryukishi from the picture before thinking about Yuminiko, Nyarin. You have heard them, Nipa. I'll make an actual game, so don't worry about anything. Keep an eye out for what we're temporarily calling Yuminiko when they cry, Nyarin. We look forward to your continued support, Nya. We look forward to it, Nipa. In my view, everything went wrong after Ryukishi mixed all those things together. To correct it a little, we'll have a Daisan add something to the mix. Meep. If Daisan adds in something normal, I'm sure our strange Yaminabi will be a little better. Then I'll summon Daisan. And this in Dai, as in Welsh, David. Oh, is it going to be more? I just want to... Then I'll summon Daisan. Daisan, it's been a long time. Yes, hello, it's Dai. But really, what have you called me here so suddenly for? Meep. We want you to suggest a manga or anime that left an impression on you. I see. There's so many to choose from. But what about Dragon Ball? I know that one. Excellent choice, Daiswan. Let's go with Zen plus Jujuku plus 2 plus Dragon Ball. There was a battleground there. Sugan put up a great fight, but for nothing, and now she's being jostled around. And then the image of a girl with a dauntless smile. You Barasui... You understand, don't you? If you lose, you'll have to play an embarrassing punishment game. You too, if you lose, it's bloomers. 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 In dark blue and deep red, with white lines. Was the bloomer bit at the end supposed to be a reference to Dragon Ball? I had a vague idea, but it's all vulgar as usual, Nipa. I'm starting to worry about our future. Is that circle really going to be alright? You might want to give us some time to consider whether or not we should stay together from now on. I think they should worry about getting the series after Yuminiko done more. Please continue supporting our circle in the future and don't abandon us. Nipa. Aha! Is that the end? Is it? Is it? Right, staff room. Had a chat with Ryukishi and friends. And that's it. Let's see if it's a new picture or not. I doubt it, but you never know. Sometimes they do that, don't they? A new picture after you finish a game. The main one I think of is Resident Evil 4, funny enough. On the main screen. Yeah, okay, that seems to be the end of it. So, I'll check extras one more time, just in case, but I doubt it. No? So yeah, we've made it to the end of Higurashi. After all this time, all these years. Like, I thought we'd already made it to the end, but we came back this summer, didn't we? Or this September. So, this has been Greeny XI. I hope you've enjoyed going back to the realms of Hinamizawa. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in a bit. The next series is going to be something that people who watched the recent JRPG series were asking for. So I'm going to go ahead with that for definite. I really enjoy those games, so we'll go with that. So yeah, thanks again for watching, folks. I'll see you again really soon.